Hello, everyone. You ready to meet Pat Dumas? She is a professional astrologer and tarot reader with over 45 years experience. She is my personal astrologer that I see yearly, and I'm just really happy that she is not only coming back to this event, but she's been with us at the New Visions Holistic Expo for very many years. So without further ado, we're going to bring on Miss Pat Dumas. Hi, Pat.
Hi, how are you, Kara?
I'm wonderful. I am just so excited for this event. There is so much excitement brewing from our guests and our vendors for the 20th year. So, I mean, first off, I want to just have you introduce yourself. Where are you in your journey with how far you've come? 45 years. You're still doing tarot and still doing astrology.
Yeah. I actually started reading tarot close to 50 years ago. Actually, no, it's 53 years ago that I started. I was 12. And it was just that was the vibe that was going on in the 70s at that point in time. You know, there's a lot of the occult and it wasn't though until I was in my 20s that I started realizing there's more to this than just this woo-woo stuff. There's a very real connection going on. I had always been interested in astrology as well, but it wasn't until I was able to find a wonderful teacher in the wonderful late Bill Trivet that I really was able to pull it all together. There's so many different books out there and there's so many different schools of thought out there that it was confusing. And the average young person trying to understand astrology let me put it that way. I needed that life raft that Bill provided. And after that, it was no holds barred. I was on my way. So it's been a lot of fun. I've been doing astrology since 2008. So it's professionally. I'd started in 2006 with Bill. So it's been a long time and a lot of fun.
There are so many people now that are dabbling in astrology, that are downloading their astrology apps, or my favorite's the Pattern app, which doesn't speak any of the astrology language. So you don't have to understand that.
Exactly. Puts it right in English, totally easy to understand. Yeah, I agree. Good stuff.
But I also know, and I'd love to hear your comments on this, that even those astrology apps and the horrible scopes, which is what Bill Trivet used to call them, right? The horrible scopes instead of the horoscopes. There is limitations to how they're interpreting them as far as almost like a recipe format for different aspects. So can you share a little bit about what the benefits of actually seeing an astrologer are, especially if you want to dive deeper?
Yes, of course. When you're looking at like a newspaper or a magazine horoscope, in general, what that's called is sun sign astrology. It has its uses. It's got its validity, but it's referring to only one planet in the entire horoscope, your sun, where the sun sign rests. It doesn't talk about, well, what area of my life is activated through that sun being in this particular place. It doesn't make any reference at all. Excuse me. It's Susquehanna allergy season. I apologize. It doesn't.
I love if anyone's out there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, while you're blowing your nose, if anyone wants to put in their astrology sun sign in the chat box, I'd be curious to look at those later.
Oh, that would be fun. Yes, that would be fun.
Who's coming? Like, what is your sign?
A lot of air signs.
What are the majority of astrological signs that will be attending the event?
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a lot of air signs, a lot of water signs. The reason being water signs: Cancer, Pisces, who am I missing?
Scorpio.
Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Thank you. Yeah, I always forget Scorpio. God forgive me. My daughter would never accept it. Water signs are the ones that go by intuition. They're the ones that follow the flow and are really interested in connecting with people. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see an awful lot of water signs, a lot of air signs, intellect, communication, thinking, thought, connection, that kind of thing going on. Fire signs may be present too, because they love to be inspired. They love to be excited and be creative. Nothing against the earth signs. I have nothing against our earth signs. There are wonderful, make it happen people.
They can attend for the massage and the body work, right? All the massage and the body work and the beautiful, lovely crystals and the things to decorate their homes.
Exactly. And they're also the ones that will feel the energy. You know, that's, you think about that. It's very tactile, very sensory. So a lot of Taurians are very good at picking up on Reiki energy and other kinds of energy that are going on. Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that explanation. So I'm curious
Absolutely.
now because this is a holistic expo. So many people, when they hear the word holistic, they're like, they think certain things. They have an association with that word to maybe essential oils or crystals only or Reiki healing, or maybe it means going to see a chiropractor. It's such a vast variety of associations that people have placed that word on. So I'm asking all the vendors I'm interviewing what that word means to you. What does holistic mean to you?
It means everything you said. It's it's for me, holistic is mind, body, soul, everything connected. So if it's an holistic expo, it's an expo that is giving you opportunities to meet vendors that have services and or products that will support the mind in terms of having a healthy outlook on life, the body, more healthy, organic, natural ways to keep your body healthy in this wacky, weird environment. The spirit, I mean, that's obvious. You're looking at the potential to be able to tap into your divine self through readings with people, getting your aura cleansed so that you're more accessible or can access more easily, I should say, that inner divinity. For me, holistic just means all of it, whole, just like it sounds to me. So it's an expo that allows you to be the whole person that you came here to be. That's what it would mean to me.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to just encourage you out there, if you've been to the event before, to comment like what your favorite thing is at the event, like what you like to
Yes.
see and do. Also, your astrological sign. We really want to hear what signs are coming. But to let you know that as we move forward with the Holistic Expo, we're moving also to bring more vendors in that do the body piece, because we have so much of the mind and the spirit piece over the last 19 years with the event that we're excited to bring in some more body awareness with this. We have health, nutrition, we have some personal trainers, we also have chiropractic care, and of course, all the products that are very healthy for putting on yourself or in you that we're going to be having as well. So we want to also bring the awareness to that, because that's one of the things that I'm excited about, because there's always been so much spirit and so much of the mind piece and the spirit piece, but that body piece is really, really important.
That's how we
So
manifest. You have to bring it into the physical reality. Exactly.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So for your sessions at the expo, people are already asking me, what are you going to be doing and how do they get a session with you? So
Okay.
what does a session with you look like and what will you be doing?
A session with me could be either a 15-minute mini astrology or mini tarot reading. Okay. The mini astrology reading will be sort of half and half, depending on whether you've seen me before. A quick look at the big picture things that jump out at me of your chart. When I teach astrology, I call them the push me pull yous, the parts of your chart that are at odds with each other. Where do you have your frustrations? Where do you have your, I don't want to call them neuroses, but that's kind of what they are. You know, what is it that keeps you from being comfortable? Because that's what people come for a reading for. Something is bothering them in general, and they'd like to know, how do I deal with this? Luckily, using the language of the stars, astrologies, I can take a look and see, well, let's see. Let's say that you have an issue going on with intimacy with a partner. Perhaps there is a problem with Venus making connections to some of the outer planets of your chart. Or let's say I'm having a terrible time manifesting my best career. I'm going to look at the different houses of the chart that are associated with career, vocation, and even finances to see, well, maybe you've got the right career, but you're not handling the finances in the right way or with the right attitude, that kind of a thing. There's all kinds of options out there for you. I will tell you, I never look, I never give out in a big little I never give out in a small mini session too much for people to handle. It's just, it's useless information to them. I want them to walk away more aware and empowered, not confused. So I will try to keep it simple, but I also don't pull punches. So don't come to me if you don't want to hear the truth. With a mini tarot reading. Oh, yes. And I'm sorry. I'll also give you a quick look at what are the big themes looking up in the year ahead. You know, like where is Jupiter? Where is growth going to be happening in your chart? Where is Saturn? So what part of your life is going to have some if not restriction, maybe additional responsibilities added on. I always hate that negativity that's associated with Saturn. Saturn is your friend. Remember that. Where's
Well, can
Uranus?
I
Where
say
do
one
you need
thing?
to live your real life?
Yeah, sorry
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
interrupt, but I do want to say that that's one of the things that's why I choose you as my personal astrologer and why I really love the way you read, because there is no that doom and gloom. It's like, how can we bring the information in a neutral space? Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that when you go see an intuitive reader or an astrologer, your mind is very powerful. So if you are perceiving something that was said to you in a way that has a negative light, you can create
Hmm.
that. So I think it's really important to give you just that
Absolutely.
black and white. What do you see and what could be, in a way that is not inducing fear and creates that free will and that neutrality for that
Yes.
person to use what information you're giving them for empowerment. So I just wanted to praise you on that, because that's something I really
Well, thank
respect
you.
about how you read. And I think it's just
Well,
very,
it's
very good.
hard won. That's a hard one thing, because when you look at all of the cookbook style, astrology books, this is a bad aspect. This is a difficult planet. Well, it's not. It just is a different way of approaching or expressing an energy. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like with tarot. I'll never ever tell a client that this is a negative time coming forward to you. I'll say you're going to be facing some challenges that are, if you handle them properly, could be an amazing growth section for you. It's all how you approach it, how you face it, because that's the truth. How we deal with the things in our lives is the proof of our courage. It's the proof of our strength. The people who are weak are the ones who'll sit there and, cower, not wanting to live because you're so afraid of what could happen. Let's instead just go forth with love and believe that the universe has our back and go from there.
Absolutely. And I will just say that we do screen our readers and we get references, and we want to make sure that we have the highest quality professionals at our show. So
Yes.
if you have any reader whatsoever at our event for any reason that tells you days you're going to die, tells you
Oh, God.
information that doesn't feel right, that is unprofessional, unethical. That is actually something that should not be shared in a reading. We definitely do not choose readers who do so. But if you've ever been to another show or another reader and that's happened to you, that's completely off the map of what is appropriate and should not be done in our
Correct.
perspective and how we run our event, and also how Pat practices as well. So we just want to make sure that
Absolutely.
that's there. Please come to us immediately if you have anything strange. We
Yeah.
take this show very seriously, because we know what we do as professional psychics and readers, and even everything holistic, that holding a high standard of caliber of practitioners and professionalism is absolute must for this day and age, because we need to make sure we're shining light and inducing empowerment and not fear. And the way we present
Yes.
ourselves is really important. That's what sets this show apart and keeps the vibes high and keeps the energy going, and keeps you who come as guests really having a great experience. So we appreciate any feedback at all. I just want to make sure you're aware of that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. When you feel uncomfortable, then even if the information isn't a death date or something of that nature, if you feel uncomfortable, it's a signal that that's not the right reader for you. And you are totally
Yes.
within your rights to say, thank you, I think I've had enough, and get up and leave, quite honestly. And if
Yes.
any reader has a problem with that, that's very telling about the reader. So
Absolutely. And it
yeah,
does. I will say, as a reader myself, one of the things, if I have a client that sits with me or calls me for a consult and I don't feel like it's the right fit, it doesn't mean that that person has bad vibes or anything's wrong with them. It just means that, you can hear the same exact message from someone with a certain personality type and actually hear it. And from someone else, you may
yes,
not hear it. I know my partners and my parents have said certain, you probably had this happen where you tell your spouse or your kids something and they can't seem to hear anything you're saying, but a friend or someone
exactly.
says the same thing to you. You're like, I've been telling you this the whole time. That's how spirit works with readers. So if it doesn't feel
Yep,
right, they may give you the same message, but someone else could deliver it in a way that you could actually hear it. And that's why I
yes.
believe you should trust that gut feeling. And if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with that reader, that they're not good or they're not accurate. It just may mean they're not the right
They're
channel
not right for
or
you. Yes,
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
exactly.
Perfect. Awesome.
Well,
So for any
that's really a good metaphor. Forgive me for interrupting. That's a good
no.
metaphor. That's why there's so many of us there. You're going to
Yes.
find someone who is the right fit. So I would, I know a lot of, I may jump ahead here for you, Kara, but I know oftentimes people will say, what can you expect if you've never been to one of these things before?
Yep.
I strongly recommend people walk around first, do a full circuit of the whole expo, see where you feel drawn, see where you see people who look like they're enjoying themselves. And I mean the vendors. If you see vendors that are sitting there, then they're not having a good time. And the chances are pretty good that they're not going to be giving you a great experience. I would also say, if you've never been to one of these, don't be surprised if you've never felt the waves of energy before that can be at these things. People come away with headaches if they're not careful. People
if they're not hydrated. We were talking about that last night in the interview last night. You have to hydrate when you're around this beautiful high vibe energy,
because you can actually feel jittery sometimes. You may
like you drank a bunch of coffee
the very first time that you're sensitive to energy by coming to one of these events.
Yes. And I think that that's something that completely can change your worldview on your reality. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, yes.
This woo-woo stuff these people are talking about, my friend who's like into tarot and Reiki, like, wait, there's something to this. And I invite
Do you remember the first time you felt Reiki energy, Kara?
Yeah, it was amazing. And the first event I went to was amazing. Yeah, it's a different awareness. It shifts your perspective on reality for sure.
And it's both eye-opening and heart-opening. That's the thing I love most about the energy of the expo. Has always been to me the feeling of like a family reunion. There are so many of us that have done this. Richard and I have done the expo now since 2008, and it's truly like coming home and seeing old family members. When we go to set up, the first thing we do is unload our stuff and walk around and hug. It's wonderful. I can verify that if most of the people that I see that are there that have been there for a while, these are good people who have totally the best intentions for those attending in mind. So it's, I'm so excited to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. And is there anything else that you would like to share with people who this is their first time at all? Anything for new attendees to the expo?
Approach this in a childlike way. Allow yourself to have wonder. Allow yourself excitement. Allow yourself to be surprised. Try not to walk around with a feeling of trying to don't try to understand everything at once. Just take it in. And then you can reflect on it at the end of the day or over the coming days afterwards. I guarantee you, if you attend this expo and it's your very first time having come to one of these, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be outside what you've normally ever experienced. It can rock you, but it can also move you towards whatever it is that you came here to do on this planet. I truly believe, especially in this day and age and it's the concept of synchronicity, we are placed in certain places for reasons. And I think if this is your first chance seeing the expo, you may be on the very first step to finding the path that you originally planned on when you planned to come into this world, what it is you came here to do. So it can be incredibly moving. And if nothing else, it's a heck of a lot of fun. We always have a good time at the expo.
I hope that you guys out there who were just listening to what Pat said got full body goosebumps and started to tear up like I do, because the truth in which you speak was so prevalent. It is very true.
Yes.
Yeah. I call them truth bumps when you get goosebumps and there's no cold air blowing at you.
I like that. Truth bumps. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, your nervous system's like, something's going on here. This is true. This got to be true.
Reacting.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Pat, for coming on. Again, you can pre-book with Pat by directly contacting her right now. She may be filled. So if you want a reading with her, contact her directly through Pat Astrological Consultants. I can put that in the chat, in the comments, and definitely
that would be great. Sure. We can book ahead or just come on down to the booth. We're at A16. I'll be doing tarot and astrology. My husband, Richard, does Akashic record readings. We will have a sign-up sheet ready. My daughter is going to be there. She's our administrative assistant. She's running our lives. She makes life easy for us. So feel free to go ahead. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact us through the email that Kara will be posting.
And I will make one mention here of one of the comments we have. Veda, this is really common that people struggle around so many energies all at once. This is actually my calling and my purpose. And Pat actually just went through my program to kind of know that. And I'm not the only person at this expo that will be helping with this, but there are a lot of people out there that are saying I'm a self-proclaimed empath or highly sensitive person or someone who's really sensitive to energies. I was in bed for 2 years because of it. And as a reader, it's even intensified for me, as you know. So part of my journey is, how can I serve you? How can we, as all the expo vendors, serve you to find out how can you manage your energy better? Because it's so important that to be able to do so. So if you need assistance with that, even if you feel like I can't come to it because it's too much, let us know, reach out, because that's exactly what we're here to do. We have to help all those sensitive souls out there learn how to anchor into their bodies so they can turn down that sensitive volume knob, so to speak, so they can handle going and being around people or energy.
So many tools that can be at your disposal to be able to help you through that. I mean, I won't even go into it. And they're all going to be available at the expo. That's the beauty of it.
Absolutely. So, I would recommend going outside, taking breaks, and going to the bathroom, taking breaks, getting into spaces. That's what I had to do.
Water. Yep. Lots of water. The one thing that I keep a live plant at my booth. And when I see people who are literally like hovering above their chairs, I bring the plant a little closer to them, tell them, put your hand on that, and they come right back down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I say the best thing to do to get you in your body is to crunch up your abs, tighten your butt, crunch up your fist, or just to maybe take a quick hop on your feet so you can get your feeling of gravity pulling you back down into the physical body. A lot of times we talk about grounding practices as imagining you're a tree and you're going into the earth, but that's still a mental process of imagining, and that doesn't really put you fully in the body. You're in the mental space still. So a good way to do it is squeeze your legs.
Kara taught me that one about grounding, because that's always been a problem for me. So I salute you.
Thank you. I want to share that with other people. Yeah, it's really important. So, but anyway, if you want to come out, everyone, tickets are available online. You can pay at the door. They are cash only at the door. So please be patient in our line. We have a wonderful group of volunteers that will be supporting the check-in. But for this particular year, we have a lot more people that are attending. So many more people are waking up. So if you don't want to wait in line, I highly encourage you to purchase them online. There will still be a QR code. If you're sitting in line, you don't want to wait and you're like, I'm getting impatient, you can purchase them on your phone in the line if you feel like that would be a good decision for you.
That's fantastic.
Yep, it's because it's easy.
We make a sign for that, right?
Make it very simple. Yeah. And then if you're the first 100 through the door, either Saturday or Sunday, we have gift bags we're giving away. And in those gift bags are all sorts of goodies from all the vendors. And in 4 of those gift bags each day, we have some really special door prizes. So it's kind of like a lottery. One of those door prize or one of those gift bags each day has something special in it. For Saturday or Sunday, yes, we have this is one of the gifts that will be there. The Druid Craft Tarot.
Yep. The Druid Craft Tarot is my gift prize for my whatever it is you're calling it. Door prize. Thank you. I'm not giving away doors. I'm giving away tarot decks. This is a fantastic deck. And when I saw it, I said, this is what I want to make available to people. So this will be my door prize for this year.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then on Saturday, we will be giving away a reading with Tom and Katie Hurt. I know that's a big, people love Tom and Katie Hurt. So a reading with them. We have massages, reflexology, and even a cryo skin facial. So 4 door prizes for the first day, 4 for the next day that are in the bags. And if you get there after the first 100 are in, you can still enter to win a door prize that we pulled every hour at the New Visions Books and Gifts booth. So you'll put your name on a slip and put it in the box, and we'll be pulling every hour. And there are beautiful door prizes that are being gifted from all the vendors. So lots of chances.
Think about it. It's astonishing for the price of an entry, the incredible things you can reap just by walking around, not even purchasing anything, just by walking around. I mean, this is a value that's just beyond belief to me.
Yeah, and the
I
speakers are free
really
too,
hope
Pat,
people will
so
come. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much again, Pat, for joining, and everyone out
Thank
there
you.
who's watching the replay. I'd love you to type replay that you're watching it. Just say replay. Type in replay if you're watching that, and put your astrological sign. We want to see who out there is coming. What are we
I'd be
got? Earth,
interested.
fire,
I'd be
air,
really
water.
interested.
What do we got? Yeah. All right, everybody. We will see you then on Saturday or Sunday at the 20th Annual New Visions Holistic Expo. And again, check the link here for this particular post for your tickets and to get access to the vendors and to see the speaker schedule. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for
Take
joining
care.
us.